Hey, what's up, guys? It's
Piff
I'm here
and
today to entertain you with an interesting ass story that happened to me like half a year ago. So most of my videos are probably gonna be story times, or I don't know, maybe not. It honestly just depends whatever the fuck I feel like doing. So I'm gonna be playing games like Apex or League, or honestly, if anyone recommends anything, then I'll probably just play it because I'm not stuck to one game like I used to be. But anyway, sorry about the story. So this video is called "Interviewed While Tripping," and that isn't clickbait. I was literally being interviewed while tripping. So two of my buddies and I were over at my house, and for the sake of the story, I'll call them Jacob and Tyler. So we ended up dropping like 2 tabs, or I don't even know. I don't even know how much it was, honestly, but we ended up dropping a pretty decent amount. And we've done this before. Like we would trip at my house like once every, I don't know, like 2 weeks, and it was during the summer, so it was a lot easier to. Yeah, but like it wasn't a new thing. So we hopped in my jacuzzi, and because little fun fact, tripping in a jacuzzi is fucking amazing, or like in a pool or anything like that. Like it's just so nice. Like if you're in a jacuzzi though, like the jets, it's just really good. But yeah, so we're in my jacuzzi, and I forgot to mention my parents brought home like a whole bunch of wings from this place called Uncle Sam's. And yeah, they were bomb. But I don't know, you could probably figure out that my parents were there with when 3 teenage boys dropped acid in their house. But some people, like, when they trip they can't eat. I can't either. Like usually I can't. I don't know. Usually I can't. Like eating is just gross to some people, and it's I don't know. It's the same with me, but I can never eat on acid. But I'm like, fuck it. I'll try one of these wings. And this was literally like the biggest mistake of my life, because after I ate that one wing, I ended up downing all of these wings. Like I physically could not stop myself from eating more. Like I literally was straight munching on these wings for like 2 hours straight. I ended up downing like 25 of them. But yeah, the morning afterwards, I was like 8:30, and I was mid shower, and like I was in the shower, and Tyler calls me, and I have to like dry my hand off and pick up the phone. I'm like, yo, I'm like, what the fuck do you want? And he's like, yeah, do you want a job? And I'm like, huh? Like, huh? And he's like, yeah, do you want a job? And I'm like, I mean, I guess I'm unemployed, so I might as well. And Tyler says, all right, so show up. And I'm like, okay. So I put some clothes on, and I drive over, put some like jeans and a white shirt on, and drive over to the restaurant that he works at. And I walk in the front door, and I'm like, hey, can I talk to the manager? And I've never done this before. Like, I've never done this before, so I'm like sweating balls. And can this cat get out of here? And I'm sweating balls. And the manager comes out, and I'm like, yeah, hey, Tyler told me to come in. And she's like, oh yeah, I know who you are. And then she grabs a paper, like the resignation form or whatever, and I'm filling it out, and she comes up to me, and I'm like halfway done. I might even finish filling up the piece of paper, and she grabs it from me, and she's like, hey, so when can you start? And I'm like, I'm just like mind blown, because I'm like, I literally I'm still tripping at this point. Like we dropped it like 10, and it's 9 a.m, so I'm still a little bit fucked. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm literally being interviewed by a manager in a restaurant while tripping balls. But yeah, fun fact, I still work there today. Like, shout out to this cool ass restaurant, because they're cool. It's a cool restaurant. They serve really good food. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's the story about like my first job. Probably not the smartest idea to do business. I mean, if you could even call it that, while tripping on acid. But for anyone that is listening to this, do not trip and drive, because I had to drive there, obviously. Do not trip and drive, and I am not encouraging drug use at all, because drugs are bad, kids. So, I mean, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. this interesting story time, and expect more of these because I've got a pretty good amount of them in my archive that I call a brain. So, yeah, have an awesome day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.